Hey YouTube, this is Polkadad again, and I'm coming to you with another Ancient Origins / Bandit Rings update. A few more cards have been revealed, and so I want to just share them with you and then discuss their possible implications. So let's just get right into it. So they released two more EXs for us, a regular EX and its Mega form. And this one is Tyranitar EX. It's a dark Pokemon. It has 180 HP. And again, these are the Japanese version because Bandit Ring will be coming out June 20th. So I've already seen from forums, forum posts, and comments other places that these are getting a really bad hype. And so I'm going to try to be a little optimistic, even though they're not the greatest, but I'm going to see if I can maybe point out the potential that these cards have. Alright, so let's look at Tyranitar EX. It's a dark Pokemon with 180 HP. For a dark and 2 colorless, you can do Head Smash, and it's 60 damage. Okay, not great. I mean, I would even think if you add a dark and 2 colorless on Yveltal EX, you're going to do 80 damage. So, and that doesn't even include the energy that the opponent has on him. So, not the greatest first attack. Let's see if the second attack can salvage it. For 2 darkness and 2 colorless, Ground Break. It does 130 damage and then does 10 damage to each of your benched Pokemon. Alright, so for 4 energies, you can hit for 130, but then you're going to hurt your bench, everything that's on your bench, for 10. Well, if you look at Groudon, Groudon has a 4 energy cost and it hits 130 damage. It doesn't do any damage to the bench. Rayquaza Dragon type has a 4 energy cost, does 130 damage, and you flip a coin, and if heads, you can use the attack again. If not, you have to wait a turn. So far, not too good here. Alright, let's see if we can salvage this thing, though. Weakness, fighting, and then resistant to psychic. Retreat cost, wow, a whopping 4. Alright, but do remember that dark types still do have Darkrai EX. So if you have him in place, you can still just retreat for free as long as there's 1 energy attached. Alright. Now, having said all that, many of you know that a lot of times the basic EX, when it has a Mega, the basic is usually underwhelming. So let's just see if the Mega Tyranitar EX can salvage this, this set of cards here. Think and a couple other examples like Gardevoir EX and Mega Gardevoir EX. Gardevoir EX really doesn't hit very hard. For 3 fairy energies, you can hit 100. But Mega Gardevoir, on the other hand, with enough energies, can pack a wallop. Another example, Groudon EX and Primal Groudon. Groudon really isn't that great, but Primal Groudon, get a stadium in play, couple, strong energy, and you're hitting 240. So let's just see, can Mega Tyranitar salvage this set? And this is where I want to be optimistic and say yes. Alright? When one of your Pokemon, Mega Tyranitar has 240 HP, so he's right there at the range of Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon. It has the Theta Double Ancient trait. This Pokemon can have 2 Pokemon tools attached to it. Okay, so right here I'm seeing this could be potentially good. Let's think of it in the same way that Primal Groudon is played. A lot of people don't even attach a Spirit Link because they know they're going to take several turns to charge Primal Groudon up. So they're putting a Focus Sash on. But let's think here. We could put a Muscle Band and a Hard Charm. We could put 2 Hard Charms, put 2 Muscle Bands. I mean, and then there's the new Lucky Helmet, which is coming out in this set. You could play a Spirit Link and a Hard Charm. So with 2 tools, maybe, I mean, just think about it. If we had 2 Hard Charms on there, 40 less damage. So now you're looking at more like to get a one-shot, you'd have to do 280. And there's very few people, other than maybe Mega Rayquaza Dragon and a couple others, that can hit those numbers. So, okay, maybe this double Theta can help, or Theta double can help us. So let's look at it. Alright, it takes 2 Darkness, 2 Colorless, Destroyer King. It does 110 damage. Ooh, that's not much. For 4 energies, does 110. Alright, and then does 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Alright, so if they have 1 damage counter on them, then it'll hit for 170. So you could knock out a 180 HP EX. Or if they have 2 damage counters on them, then it's going to hit for 230. And it would be able to knock out a 250 EX or Mega. Alright, so the question is, how do we get the damage counters? And I think that there is one way that will salvage it. They also revealed Bad Energy. And when this card was first revealed, a lot of people were saying, oh, not too good. But now when you look at it with Mega Tyranitar, you realize, not too bad. Pun intended there. Alright, so this card can only be attached to a dark Pokemon, and if this card is attached to anything other than a dark Pokemon, discard it. While in play, this counts as 1 Darkness energy, and when the Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an opponent's Pokemon EX attack, put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon EX. Alright, so we're going to be attaching Dark Energy anyway. If we attach 1 Bad Energy, then that's going to put 2 damage counters on their EX. So if it's a Mega, then when we come back and we hit them with Destroyer King, it's going to hit them for 230 plus the 2 damage counters, 250. So with Bad Energy, this Mega Tyranitar is pretty much going to KO anything that hits it. And again, what I'm saying is, if you put 2 Hard Charms on here, 280, there's nothing that's going to one-shot this thing. Or very few things that will be able to do it. And then he's gonna hit back. So I think this could be a playable deck. It's gonna be kind of like the Primal Groudon, where you're gonna have to just let it sit on the bench and charge up while you're waiting. But a DCE and Dark does have a little bit of energy acceleration with Baby Eviltal. I think this card could be pretty good. Only time will tell. The set is coming out in Japan, like I said, June 20th. So we'll be able to see all the cards, and I'll be able to give you a bigger update. I'll just go through a whole set review at that time. But anyway, here's the Mega Tyranitar EX. I think it's going to be better than most people think. A lot of people, when their initial reactions aren't very good, but once you start looking at it, this thing's going to be hard to beat. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. Hit like. Hey, comment below. Tell me what you think of the card. You think it's good? You think it's bad? I'm here to hear your opinions. And hit like and subscribe. And I'll have another news update for you shortly.